Why, hello there, everyone. Welcome back to Trails in the Sky, the second chapter. I don't know. That's kind of the voice I did for Mrs. Mao is a bad Elmer Fudd impression, and that was me at peak Elmer. Who knows? Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us again for our Zeiss adventure. Last time, what did we do last time? We first checked out the factory, see how Chief Murdoch was doing and everybody else. The short answer was not great, obviously, since their entire way of living had been put on hold with the shutdown. There was no side quest there outside of finding some night vision goggles, which has turned out I already had night vision goggles in me. I just forgot that they were a equipable item rather than a, usable item, so whatever. After that, we went and did the last monster hunt in Zeiss, which was the Abyss Worm, and you might recall that thanks to a very unfortunate button press from yours truly, I had to redo the entire fight off screen. Even outside of that, it was quite the slog. I'm glad that the Red Panther robot fight was just a quick affair that we took very quickly care of, like in a previous episode, since those Abyss Worms were a proper slogfest. After that... Right, I did things kind of out of order, my apologies. First we did the Abyss Worm thing, and then we went to the factory. Right, yes, because I was like, how the heck was the next episode only going to Elmo then? But no, first we did the factory, dicked around there, figured out that we need to get night vision goggles, and we did get them, and then realized we already had them, and whatever. And then we came to Elmo, where things are also not exactly great, like the hot springs shut down. Like, I guess this is also how it works in, like, real life in places in Japan, then, that, like, yeah, obviously the hot spring itself is geothermal, so it doesn't need power, but to route the hot water, you need, like, pumps and stuff, so that's why the facilities here are a little bit out of use at the moment. You can't just go chuck people in the actual springs, I guess. Mrs. Mao has provided us a key to go to the pump shed. I had to talk to her twice to get that little blip there, so we're gonna go see if we can help out with this issue. I imagine a creative use of the ZFG will somehow help. The pump shed is up on the area north of the village square. If we can't get that thing working again, I'm afraid I'll go out of business. If you lot have any good ideas, I'm all ears. I think a whole lot of people are currently terrified of going out of business. Like I don't know, like it's much bigger an issue of just being unemployed right now if like everything breaks down due to this situation. So, but still, understandably, let's see if we can solve this conundrum. The door is locked, but we got the key. I was kind of expecting we might have that little bit of an adventure back in those steam caverns, because like we had a proper adventure in the mines, so this one's tripping me up a little bit that we're just visiting the pump shed. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it's totally stopped. It's an old device, but it's still orbal driven. It's affected by the orbal shutdown phenomenon just like everything else. But the pump's ultimately just to deliver hot water from the spring there, right? Hey, that's what I was just saying a moment ago, yay. I feel like there might be something we can do.
We can't exactly carry it by bucket. We've got to find some way to make this device work.
Oh! Could we use a zero-fuel generator on the pump? Doubtful. According to the professor, they're limited to orbaments no bigger than the ones you can carry in both hands. Oh, well, there's also the thing that we couldn't really leave one of our ZFGs here when we have to deliver these devices to all the places, you know? So, like, yeah, it would have been kind of a bad idea to leave one here, I think. Guess not, then. Tita, what is it? I knew bringing Tita was a good idea for this mission. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Okay, she's in the zone, that's for sure.
So this would go like this.
Tita?
Well, unlike recent stuff, it doesn't have a very complex orbal mechanism. So all I need to do is take this thing here, then connect it to that thing over here. Oh, and don't you worry, I'll put things right back the way things were after the orbal shutdown phenomenon. Yeah, this should do it.
She actually said, don't you worry. That's amazing. Beautiful. We actually got, like, peak Canada there for a bit.
I think I might actually be able to get the pump working.
What? You're not going to use a zero-field generator, are you?
No. You remember, right, Joshua? The combustion engine.
Oh, when we were breaking down our first gospel with just a table saw powered by gasoline. Ah, the combustion engine. You mean the one we used on the workshop devices before?
Yup. Unlike the workshop equipment, the pump device doesn't have a very complex mechanism. If we can make the combustion engine drive the parts the orbment was working, it should work as is.
Conveniently, there's already like a wood-powered stove right there to the left. I don't think I haven't noticed that thing over there. That's kind of funny. See. I hadn't considered that.
So where is this combustion engine?
I think it was stored at the landing port. We should be able to find out if we ask the maintenance chief.
Maintenance Chief Gustav at the landing port, huh? That reminds me. Won't we need fuel to drive the combustion engine? Gasoline, right. Like before, we should ask down below at the central factory. Alright, well this is a little bit more of an involved quest then, since we didn't just fix things in the shed. All that said, we're still not really exploring in like a big old dungeon or anything by the looksies. Just going to talk to some NPCs here. But, you know, we'll see again, like maybe there'll be some encounters somehow. Or maybe we need to go fetch some fuel from somewhere.
You better go into those penguin cabins. It's the only place where you can get gasoline in Libero.
That would be interesting, but I'm also, I don't know, it feels a little weird, again, that we're devoting time to just helping out the tourism industry in Elmo. I understood the miner situation, that was people in, like, trapped in peril. But, like, getting the hot springs working doesn't seem massively huge on priorities. Like, obviously we're bracers, we're out here to help people, but, like, right now, everyone is helped by if we, you know, coordinate a relief effort and a way to stop the phenomenon, you know, broadly, so... Alright, I believe the landing port is this way. Over here? Yes, good. So, but, yeah, I don't know, might as well. It would help people's spirits a lot if there was a working hot springs going on. Oh, we haven't even visited any landing ports. Man, these places also must be just completely bummed under the current predicament. When the orbital shutdown phenomenon started, man, it was horrible. I think you could paint a picture of that moment and put it in the dictionary under panic. Well, I guess I can't talk. I was freaking out same as everyone else. Does sound rough. I'm glad there doesn't seem to be anything crashed here or anything. Gustav, have you got any time on your hands? Ooh, that's a bit insensitive given the current situation. No, hey, if it isn't the gang. Hey, Gustav, it's been a while.
I hope you've been doing well.
Oh, it's Joshua. Haven't seen you in a long time. Well, a lot happened. Anyway, it seems like things are pretty tough here even now, huh?
It seems like there was some kind of trouble.
When the shutdown first hit, yeah, it was real rough. Well, the city's finally calmed down now.
I see. For now at least, it seems things are in hand.
Yeah, somehow. Putting that aside, I'm guessing you need something?
Yes, actually.
Estelle explained the situation to Maintenance Chief Gustav and asked him to lend them the combustion engine. I see. Good eye, yeah. It's not a machine good for much except powering simple stuff, so I wouldn't mind just giving it to you, but...
Is there some problem?
Well, you see, you got bad timing is all. We just lent it out to the Royal Army again. We brought it when we went to swap the Arsail's engine.
Oh. So it'll be at Leiston Fortress?
Oh, we get to go to Leiston Fortress after all! Hey, look at that! I was predicting that very early when we were coming here. Okay. I don't really count that as a win for me because it was a bit of a roundabout way and just kind of part of this greater whole, but hey, nice. Seems like we're doing a bit of a tour of all of Zeiss here. At this point, I wouldn't be shocked if Murdoch says, oh, you gotta go get that oil from underground, you know, like, just to, like, really get all the nooks and corners of Zeiss explored. But, yeah, cool. Yeah, I'd imagine so. Sorry, but if you want to have it, do you mind asking them? It's kind of hard to just make a call in this situation, if you know what I mean. Yeah, got it.
We'll make contact with Leiston Fortress on our side.
The question is, Leiston Fortress has those huge gates. Have they gotten a solution for opening those without orbal power? Or otherwise, are we going to find a fortress also just starving in helpless predicament? Oh boy. Maybe that'll be the level we gotta explore, Leiston Fortress. It was a fine stealth mission level back during the Spec Ops team takeover in first chapter, so Now, yeah, before we go to Leiston, we'll talk to Murdoch here, see what he's got to say, and then we'll go. Well, we'll see where we'll go after that.
I'd love to resume research immediately, but we have a mountain of problems to get through first. Anyway, for now I need to clear up some paperwork.
Now, hold on, have we gotten a quest here? Yes, there's Hot Spring Restoration. Oh, we've already talked to Murdoch, apparently. The gasoline might be delivered to the port in Rouen. What? When did I get that? Was that when we talked to him last week? But I completely missed this gasoline part. It must have been like a little drop in the dialogue, and only now we got the significance. So we're not... Wow, we need to go... Well, this is a little awkward. We need to go all the way to Rouen to get that gasoline. Not just the tunnels. That's a little crazy that we need to go to a different area now. And I gotta be careful not to start initiating the main quest there then. Once I go there. Okay, well this is a wrinkle. Not to mention, it is quite a long way to get to the port of Rouen and then back here, because we have to explore them tunnels. Okay. I'll make it happen. But yeah, let's do Leiston then right away in that case, because this is a bit of a pickle. Man, that's unfortunate that I missed out on that. Like I wasn't paying attention to that gasoline dialogue when we talked to Murdoch last time, so now I'm really unclear on this gasoline thing. On the good side, I am glad that just Rescue the Miners appeared here once we found this quest. Glad that this thing also, apparated into our list of quests there. This is the Leiston Fortress path, right? Yep, good. So I could actually check my notes there. That's nice of the game. Okay, good. Those gates work. Guessing the simple oiled hinge technology, no orbal power on those chain link fence gates. This road went on for a while, I remember now. There was like a monster we had to hunt there at some point, which feels a little weird with the fortress full of soldiers right over there, but might have been scared by the monsters. Who can blame them? Some of these guys are tough. Well, let's see if we get to see Dad coming over here. That'd be kind of fun, seeing Mr. Bright. Well, they got the gate open, you can see right there. They probably have like some kind of huge hand crank. Or, you know, one of those like horizontal crank thingies you use to pull up anchors on boats. I don't remember what that thing's called. A capstan, maybe? A capstan might be something else on a boat, though. I might be talking nonsense, I don't know. Anyway, they probably got it solved. They probably have contingencies, you know? Yeah.
You lot. Your braces, right? Leiston Fortress is currently under emergency alert. Unless your business is critical, I'll have to ask you to leave.
Oh gosh, is restoring Elmo's hot springs critical, is the big question. Excuse me, is General Bright in the fortress?
Of course General Bright is here, but as a result of everything not working, the army is in chaos. The General's been working without rest, sending orders out to all regions via courier, rebuilding the chain of command. Even if you are braces, I'm afraid I can't let you see him.
Okay. Could you potentially make an exception this once? This is actually General Bright's daughter.
Wait, really? You're Mrs. Stell Bright? I'd heard she was in the guild, but... Hells then, of course you can come in. I'll show you right to the General's.
No, it's okay, really. I wouldn't want to get in the way of his job if he's that busy.
Estelle?
I doubt he would mind a short visit, Estelle.
Dad has his way, I have mine. I'm sure that Dad doing well in his job will make mine easier, and I think if I do the same, his job will get easier too. So it's enough just knowing he's okay.
Estelle?
I see. Fair enough.
We'll be going then. Please give our best to the General and let him know we stopped by if you get the chance.
Of course, I'll do what I can. I'll see if I can catch him during mess or something.
Thanks again! Well, that was nice. You know, really showing how Estelle is growing as a person. Once again, it's been a theme throughout all these games, and, you know, good that we didn't have to, like, you know, ultimately spend too much time there so we can carry on with our quest of, Oh god, the freaking thing! Dang it! Oh man, this cutscene threw me off. Oh, Jesus. Alright, wait a second. Actually, we're back. We actually did have second business here. Let's inquire about that there combustion engine. Stell explained the situation and asked about the combustion engine.
I'm not familiar with the device in question, but I could tell it must be something important. Wait here a moment. I'll go ask.
It's kind of funny that, like, you know, you could have had that, like, they could have had a special cutscene where, like, in the middle of the cutscene they bring up, actually, we also had other business, but I kind of liked that it was broken up into two things like that, kind of goofy.
Right. I asked the quartermaster and there's a problem. It seems this combustion engine is not currently in the fortress walls.
But that can't be right. Gustav said...
Wait a moment, miss. I said it isn't in the fortress walls. We loaded it onto a patrol ship a short while ago for shipment back to the central factory. Unfortunately, all this happened not long after takeoff. The ship made an emergency landing somewhere on the trapped plains as a result.
No, so hang on, wait a second. So the combustion engine was sent to the fortress before the shutdown phenomenon happened. I thought it was like the fortress needs the engine for power under this crisis situation. I guess I was mistaken, but why did they need it then? That's weird. Oh! Oh, crap!
We have a real search ahead of us then.
So we just need to talk to the guards on the patrol ship about it?
I know it's a pain, but that's the size of it. As I said, we think the ship landed somewhere on the trapped plains. Good luck.
Oh, geez. Okay, well, I sort of remember where it is. We found it while we were looking for the Abyss Worm. I believe it's on that eastern plane, which leads to Wolf Fort and the Carnelia Tower. Whoa, barely dodged that crop muncher. Whoa. It is not on the road to Elmo, I think, so... should be good. Whoa. Get some real risky dodges here. You know, once we start getting close to something feeling like a final encounter, right? I should probably swap out the orbments that provide the whole, enemies don't approach you and enemies are seen on the map indicators, right? I'll try to remember to do that, although I'll also be struggling to figure out what I put in place of it, you know? Because, you know, the utility of that is not going to be very relevant in that final fight, so might as well squeeze out all the power I can get out of my orbment setup once we get into that situation. Alrighty, so, next up, back to the road to the south. Getting a little bit to MASH episode territory here in this whole, like, we gotta do this, and then we gotta do this, and then that. Well, no, it's Chain of Favors that's in that MASH that I'm thinking of, in the MASH episode vibe, so this isn't the Chain of Favors yet. A treasure I've missed. A new... what? There was a new fishing rod this whole time? This could have probably helped quite a bit in that Pearl Glass search back in Roland if I had just found this. Maybe, I don't know. Might be that this was a useless fishing rod for that, but how the heck was there a fishing rod in one of these plain chests that's this easy to miss? The chest is full of hopes, but you can't seem to take them away. Cool. Alright, monsters having a conversation there. Who? Man, I feel like fishing rods are just mega rare in this game, and here they go and just give us one in a box on the road. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway, yep, I remember correctly. Here's where the ship came down. Nice landing. Looks like everything's fine. What does RALC stand for? Royal Army of Liberal... something? I don't know. Say, who are you lot? We're from the Bracer Guild, sir. Estelle's team explained the situation and asked about the combustion engine. I see. I totally forgotten about it in the chaos. Yes, we have the engine in our cargo hold. Reno, give me a hand.
Yes, sir.
Come on. Sorry to keep you waiting. Unfortunately, there was apparently no sprite for the combustion engine, so you just had to imagine them hauling something big there. That's surprising little shortcoming from presentation here. Oh. We've got it! Sorry to trouble you. Not at all. I'm sorry we bothered picking it up if things were gonna end up like this. Still, all this to help get a hot spring working in a situation like this. Races seem to have different priorities than we do. Forgive us. We know things are difficult right now. No, please, don't misunderstand me. I wasn't being sarcastic. It is interesting that someone actually did a little bit call out the kind of superfluousness of, like, having hot springs working, but, yeah, let's see what he says. For a soldier, being unable to use your orbal weaponry is nerve-wracking. We're all struggling to figure out some other way to fight off our enemies. Meanwhile, you guys are moving around with all the confidence in the world. We could learn a thing or two from you. We're just doing what we think is right, is all.
To be honest, we're not too sure what we should be doing at this point either. All any of us can do is grope around and try to find an answer.
True enough. At times like this, it's only right that we should be going the extra arge to keep the people at ease. Good luck restoring the hot springs, Braces.
Thank you.
You bet. Leave it to us. Nice, okay. I was like, let's get a cutscene also explaining, do we need to get this to Elmo first, or can we go straight for the fuel? Let's see. Okay, we've got the engine. Now we just need that gasoline. The central factory may have a supply, like before. Let's check there first. Good idea. Oh, that's awkward. So I really kind of sequence broke things by going to the factory. This is a little awkward, because I have the note already. I'm going to talk to Chief Murdoch just in case. At this point, something new triggers, but like... yeah, I don't know. It's a small matter, but it really bothers me that, like, the chain of the plot was broken a little bit here. I mean, you know, oftentimes it's impressive when games let you sequence break, and, like, they take that into account, but here, it seems like it's been taken into account a little awkwardly, so, yeah, you know. But yeah, that is the quest, right? Like, yeah. Is in the basement area of the central factory. But from what Murdoch said, it might be at the port in Rouen. Let's see if something happens if we go to the basement first. Like, maybe that's the chain that events have to go. Like, I wish we could get, like, cutscenes is what I'm hunting for here. Hey, there we go. Nice. I was like, I'd like to get some cutscenes, like, so that we'd have, like, proper narrative flow here. And it looks like the game is letting me do it, even though we got that note, apparently, a little early, spoiling things.
Rudy?
Oh, hey guys. Need something?
Yeah, actually. Estelle asked Rudy for some gasoline to repair the pump facility.
Yeah, that does sound rough. I go to Elmo's hot springs a lot, so I'd love to help out, but you got bad timing. We don't have anything in stock right now.
Oh. Well, this is a slight problem.
Is there someone there?
I figured it'd have to be him. It couldn't really be anybody else coming in at this point here.
Ah, Chief Murdoch!
Tina! And everybody else too. I thought I heard voices from down here and wondered what could be going on. Did another case come up?
This is a very echoey facility, I guess, with all the machines silent. So that 2 floors up he hears,
There's someone having a conversation? In the basement?
that's a little weird, whatever. He was probably walking around, you know. Getting jitters because he's trying to quit smoking. So, like, he was probably on the corridor outside.
I see, so that's it. Yeah. I do remember ordering some gasoline from the Republic about a month ago.
Really?
1 month? That's a long time for a delivery. It should be here by now, right?
Depends on how far the delivery from Calvard is coming, I guess, right? It is a different country.
But sir, I haven't received anything like that. No, wait. I think when I ordered it, I said there was no rush, so it was gonna be delivered by sea, if I remember rightly. In other words, it wouldn't have come via an airship, but by a normal ship. Yes, exactly. In which case, it was probably delivered quite recently. Stands to reason it's probably stored somewhere in Rouen right now.
Makes sense.
Thanks to the orbal shutdown phenomenon, distribution has been paralyzed after all.
So we can get some if we go to the harbor in Rouen?
Yes, that seems your best chance. One moment.
Factory Chief Murdoch wrote a short letter on the spot and signed it. Murdoch's letter!
Give that letter of introduction to the harbor master of the Rouen port. I've asked him to give you the gasoline if they have any.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you. Sorry for all the trouble.
Not at all. I may not go as much as the professor, but I visit the hot springs plenty nonetheless. As someone in charge of the Zeiss region, this is the least I can do. You're alright, I need to get back to work. I've got a mountain of paperwork to get through.
I see.
Yeah. Don't push yourself too hard, okay?
If you fix the pump, maybe I'll take a little time off and go to the hot springs. Well then, if you'll excuse me.
So now we just gotta go to Rouen. Thankfully, the harbor... Alright, that's not the way. Thankfully, the harbor... And by the way, also thankful that now everything did get done. Oh, this is really busted, this game. Now it says got the gasoline, and we do not have the gasoline, definitely. Wow, okay. Seems like, yeah, this game is actually a little bit broken with the notifications. That's interesting. So I didn't actually sequence break anything. It was just a game that was bugged. Yay! Oh, wow. That's wacky. Anyway, sorry. What was I thinking? Yeah, thankfully the harbor is on the south end of Rouen. So I could actually go there, do this gasoline thing, and then leave town without actually progressing the main quest by getting anywhere near the Rouen Bracer Guild office. So, good. It's a little awkward, this ridiculous back and forth, to just go to Rouen and then immediately travel back to Zeiss and then back to Rouen. But, you know, orbal shutdown phenomenon, gotta, like, be career and everything. Gotta forgive it. Speaking of forgiving, this is... I like the Splinter Cell energy of this whole night vision sitch, but this is actually hurting my eyes, this green glow. Oh boy.